Hello. In my introduction to the videos that I've been making, I had promised that I would pass on to you any information that I had uncovered in my studies here that would prove to you that the Christian faith is not based on truth. And I've come upon something that I consider to be quite a smoking gun. And I'm quite shocked that with all the book burning and editing that's been done, that this information is still readily available right on the internet. I came across a passage by Melito. He's called a philosopher, but he was a Christian. He was the Bishop of Sardis, and also other places he's called the Bishop of Attica. And he wrote an apology to Marcus Aurelius Antoninus, the Emperor of Rome, in approximately 170 to 177 AD. I'm told that this is when this apology was written. And this tells us something that is quite contrary to the teachings of the Church. Quite contrary indeed. We've been told that the Christian faith is the faith of Jesus, that it was basically invented by Jesus, for lack of a better term, and that after being baptized, as we can read in the 2nd chapter of Luke, in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar, that he had a ministry of 3 or 3.5 years and was finally crucified in 32 AD. And that has been the standing teaching of the Church for nearly 2,000 years here now. That is the time frame that they have placed Jesus' ministry, between 29 and 32 AD. Yet this passage that was written by Melito tells us something entirely different, something entirely in contrast to the teachings as are still carried on by the Church today. Let me read this to you. For the philosophy current with us flourished in the first instance among barbarians. The philosophy current with us, this would be the Christian faith, flourished in the first instance among barbarians. And when it afterwards sprang up among the nations under thy rule, during the distinguished reign of thy ancestor Augustus, it proved to be a blessing of most happy omen to thy empire. It sprang up among the nations under thy rule, in other words, the Roman Empire, during the reign of Augustus. Augustus Caesar, as you recall, from our studies of when Jesus was born, Augustus Caesar died in 14 AD. That's a historical fact. that can be verified by archaeology. Augustus Caesar died 15 years before Jesus had even been baptized. This passage tells us that this faith, this philosophy flourished in the first instance among barbarians, and then it afterwards sprang up in the Roman Empire during the reign of Augustus. So this Christian faith, the faith that Melito was writing to Marcus Antoninus about, this faith that was being persecuted, existed before, long before Jesus had even started his ministry. This is once again proof that the Christian faith is not based on truth, was not invented by Jesus Christ, nor could it have been invented, as some people teach, by the Apostle Paul, because he taught supposedly after Christ had gone to the cross. But Melito here says that their philosophy flourished in the first instance among barbarians. Who they were, we can only speculate. And afterwards it sprang up among the nations under thy rule during the distinguished reign of thy ancestor Augustus. Certainly, we have not been told the truth at all about the origins of the Christian faith. Now, I'm reading this, it's in the Ante-Nicene Fathers, Volume 8. It is a computer edition that I have here, but this can be found online, and it's found in the fragments of Melito. Melito, the philosopher, and in his apology to Marcus Aurelius Antoninus. So, don't take my word for it. Please, do a search. Confirm it for yourself. The Christian faith began long before there ever was a Jesus. It flourished long before there was a Jesus, and it sprang up again during the time of Augustus. The Christian faith is simply not based on the truth. Thanks for listening.